world. Hello, Hannah. How are you? I'm fine. How are you? Hello, video. I'm fine too. What does it mean? One thing is, I'm not mentally well. So the other day I went to the, paradoxically, to the psychology department, or you can call it mental hospital, and they checked my pulse and they checked everything, and they said all bodily functions fine and send me home. I'm thinking, well, isn't this supposed to be a mental hospital where they know when there's something wrong with the mind? Okay, maybe not. So, what's next? Why I'm doing a video? Because I want to see how I look on video. Because I want to criticize my imperfections. Because that's what I'm good at. Criticizing imperfections. And also, that's enough. That means I'm enough. Deep thought. Lost in thoughts. So you can see my body and you might be wondering what's happening. Or you might be wondering, why would somebody do a video like that when they've got nothing to say? Or where they don't know what they're going to say. I'll tell you the reason why I'm doing this video. It's not only to see myself on video and to criticize myself, which is the limiting belief that I've got about myself, but also to experience the eternity of the human body captured in little ones and zeros on the screen. And it's just kind of, it gives me sense that there's more senses than the five senses. So it gives us sense of purpose, maybe, meaning, or of importance. Maybe not. Maybe there is something behind it. Maybe it's not what I think it is at all. And maybe I haven't got it together at all. Maybe the message what I want to share with you in this no information video is open your senses to non-sensual reality. What I mean is, there is the sense of touch, sense of sight, sense of hearing, sense of seeing, sense of smelling, and sense of tasting. And then there are other senses which could be perceived but also experienced. And to know what I mean is the sense of purpose, the sense of meaning, the sense of being, the sense of not knowing, the sense of worthiness, the sense of prosperity, the sense of abundance. And I guess it can go on, and you can add more in the comments below. if I'm actually going to post this video. Well, what I'm doing actually is I'm doing this for me, not so much to share. I mean, I've got some automatic response in me or desire to get it out there, to help people. Maybe it's not even to help others. Maybe it's just for me. Maybe I'm just selfish. All that I think about is me. Probably right. Is that enough? Does it mean that there is more to being than what we currently experience? I just diversified or diverted my focus onto the time ticking and actually the clock ticking, which is pretty good symbolic. Okay, well, what comes to my mind is that this is a waste of time. And then again, what's not? So if you still watching this video or listening to it, listening to my voice, welcome to my reality. It's not a show, it's a feel. It's probably, I'm gonna take a guess, but I wouldn't say it's gonna be as successful as Big Brother. To see inside my head. I find it amusing, but he might not. So, what you can get out of this video is your mind will be scrambled and searching for the reason behind this, or how could something like this just happen, and that might be enough to start you off on a different journey in your life. And I can see that this video is not exactly even on both sides, and it's not perfect in my eyes. So that's my perception of myself. I'm not perfect, but I believe in perfection in everything, so I'm what I'm not, if that makes any sense to you or me. And how can I prove to myself, or how do I know whether I should go to get medicated and get settled mentally? You can judge. But then again, if you spoke to me, I don't know, I mean in person, if you spoke to me in person, not in computer, would you be able to connect to my reality? Or the reality that I perceive? Is it just easier to put a label on me. You can say I'm mentally ill, I've got a condition, I've got lived experience, a few of them. Do you believe in reincarnation in one lifetime? This is how being lost feels. Or this is how it doesn't sound. This is how it looks. Being lost in between time and space. Being lost inside my own head. Believing that there is some collective reality that we live in, and then there is also some planetary or universal reality that we believe in. Some of us, most of us, maybe not yet. And that this, what we experience with the five senses, is what reality is about. What does it mean if something is about? What's the reality about? Okay, you can tell me if you're English speaking, if you're born in the English language. What's that feel like for you? If something is about something, is it that everything revolves around it? Is it that it's a circle motion? Is it that it's a hamster's wheel, or what do you call it in English? Or rat race? I come from Czech, that's why I've got this different perception of what language means. So what now? I hear me say, switch it off. Something in me says, oh my God, switch it off. Just finish it. Stop it. It's the end. Or it's supposed to be the end. But then there is this stillness in me that's quite happy to be seen, or experienced, or acknowledged, or self-aware. If you find this loop-sided or lopsided or no making sense, not making sense, that might be because I'm very different than you are. Maybe you would never do a video like this. Just to, expose being bare. Just experiencing what's happening inside my head and how it reflects in my reality. I call it connecting the dots, but then again, the dots are connected. There are habits that I've experienced in my life, and there are beliefs that I've held through, and there are values in me that are important to me. And all of that is suddenly or gradually, one or the other, or both, disappearing, dissolving, and new stuff is emerging. I'm immersed in my own thinking process. Or maybe the fact that I'm looking at myself on the screen, or on the reflection, or the whatever it means, that I'm looking at something that looks like what I'm looking at in the mirror. When I look in the mirror, it's just a little smaller because of the size of the mobile phone. So because I'm looking at myself on the video screen, that just gives me the gift of seeing myself, seeing through myself, seeing the reflection of myself, visualizing what I see, projecting myself. Now if this video might be posted in the next century, or maybe in this new year, or maybe after the time ceases, it depends on how I feel about opening up and actually sharing this. And actually feeling open and vulnerable. And seeing, thinking, pondering. It's like so often we don't want to see that people pause, or that they stop in the process of information exchange, or information teaching, or like when they giving some information, or when they're sharing some information, or they usually have some agenda. And I guess this might be disturbing for you, that I don't know if I've got an agenda or not. But maybe you know, maybe you can sense it, maybe you can just say, because I don't have agenda, I need to be locked up, because I don't belong to the achievement-focused society. I have seen on Facebook a post that somebody created that was about how many singers or people of influence died in the last days of the year 2016. And instead of mourning for the people, somebody said, well, David Bowie is creating another universe or another planet, and is selecting the inhabitants one by one. And that just it gives a sense of hope, trust, freedom. It shatters, or maybe has a potential to shatter some burdening beliefs. And you know what? I just thought about something. I'm gonna post this video not because I want approval, maybe just because of that, but also because that will help me to challenge my own insecurities about how I need to be perceived, about how I need to look, about what I need to wear, about what I need to put on and what I need to whatever. So if you're still attached or hanging on to the YouTube channel, you might have created some new dimensions for yourself, or you might have had maybe more questions and resistance coming up than you would ever want to admit. I had a big self-realization the other day. It was actually today, but it was also the other day, that from what I've learned or what I've studied and read, it just connected naturally to the process of my thoughts. And what happened was that I realized that there is cure for cancer if we only want it, if we only believe in it. And if we believed in it and trusted in curing, not just covering symptoms, then it would be possible. But don't take my word for it. Experience it yourself. That might be going maybe too far for some people who lived with some tumors or blood cancers. But what I believe, or what I've learned, and then that's why I believe it, is that the tumor is actually cells that their information has been hijacked or what's the word? If a hacker gets into a computer, so it's like they've been released from the system, they've been released from the duty of or responsibility of creating order and equilibrium and homeostasis, and they just took their own will and created what we could call a brain of their own or head of their own. And with that, they found this all doesn't make sense to anyone but me, you know. maybe not. But you can see how my mind unravels or scrambles the reality. And with the you can see that I'm waiting for what comes from either my unconscious mind or my conscious filters or from beyond. Do you believe that, or did you experience already talking to yourself in your head? Or having a voice inside of your head. Yeah, I hear voices, and they're all my own. All? There's more? And sometimes they're pretty funny, and then it's amusing. Because they're solving riddles, and I can see some humor in the connections between my thoughts. It's actually pretty amazing to watch your thoughts. I do. That's why I'm doing this video, because I enjoy the process. Maybe not. Who knows? Do you want a drink? Go and get some, it's an instant one. It's water, just that water. Cheers. Why cheers? Okay, cheers. It cheered me up. Obviously I need more water to dilute my delusions. It wasn't so obvious at the beginning, I just realized it. I told you. I don't even know if you're there, or if I'm here, but it seems so. That's self-mind reading and visualization in one. Is there more? More of what? I ask myself. So this video could be, I don't know if somebody done it before, so this could stand as a proof or externalization of bipolar disorder or schizophrenia, the label that we put on something that we don't understand why it's there. So this could be, and now it's my imagination working. This could be evidence that I'm unwell, but still breathing. My pulse, I think it's still there. Small. Oh, came back. Oh. How do I know if my pulse is good? Do I need to check with my doctor? Or is it just because I feel alright? I've got visions of greatness. I don't know what that means to me yet. So I'm looking forward to discovering that and enjoying the process. As you can see by now, what is it? 29 minutes, oh my god. Okay, he's not here. I mean my partner. I'm thinking about my partner in crime. So I've got a lot of time on my hands. Requires a lot of sweat. Equity. What's the equity stands for? Value? Added value? Or perceived value. And you've got a house and they say, I've bought it for 300,000 and it's now worth 600,000. And you say, oh, that's good, it's good. You say, why is it good? And you say, because I know that I'm living in a house that's got more value, so if I'm imagining the future, and if I sold it now, which is in my head in the future, I would be rich, maybe, wouldn't I? Well, would I be rich, or would I be wealthy? Or would I be worthy the house, or would the house be worthy me? This is my background coming up, and my story of limiting beliefs, or core beliefs, vocalized. So what does it mean when somebody has got net worth of 48.5 billion USD? What does that mean for you? I can see the connection between net worth of Mark Zuckerberg, creator of the Facebook, which I'm sitting on all the time if I'm not recording videos, looking for instant gratification, and I'm not even generation XYY or whatever. I don't think we were in the alphabet at all. And he's got net worth of, I think it was saying something like 48.5 billion. And I didn't know what it means. I was like, yeah. So, what's your net worth? Or what's your worth? Is net worth related to self-worth, or is it social proof worth? Or is it something else completely? Can somebody enlighten me, please? If you're still watching my video. I might chop this up into small pieces so that it's not so long. Actually, it's only long if you don't have the time or interest. Ta-da! It's when you're buying a house. Now I'm sitting on the edge of the seat, waiting for what comes next. And my brain just went to sleep. So I'm hanging on and waiting till it wakes up. I'm still listening to the clock. And it still beats me what the meaning of hearing my voice in this tempo and tonality and reality. Actually, I can hear sarcasm in me. That's what the tonality sounds like. I'm sarcastic. I'm not. Sometimes. But I was. Must have been. Wasn't I? Looking for social proof. Now you know what it means. Or what I mean by it. So because I've got different background than many people born in English-speaking countries, I come from my Okay. Yes. I come from Czech Republic, partially, or that's where I was born. And the rest are unknown entities with unknown backgrounds and just adding their essence to me. And because I come from different background than other English-speaking, native English-speaking people, my construct of reality, what I mean is my world is different. And the word of two languages in one head creates not only division or separation, but it creates a bond with what's already there. So when you're learning a new language of any kind, even computer language, you've got to connect what you already know with that what is new. And you're creating neural pathways in the brain. That's what they say, the researchers. The researchers say, and the brain neurosurgeons say, that there is neuroplasticity of the brain, and that as we grow, all